So there we have it. This epic finale to Season 6 has come to a close. 9 days, 6 races, 3 different circuits, and one very deserving champion in Antonio Felix da Costa. Now, there is a lot to get our heads around. It's been challenging, it's been exhilarating, but my word, has it been worth it. So let's take a look at how this festival of motorsport played out.
And we go green at Tempelhof. Oh, Robin Fries is in the walls, and Evans is sent spinning around. And we go green in Tempelhof. There's more contact. Gunter wins. Stoffel van Dorn. Oliver Roland takes his first win. DS Techeetah wrap up the drivers and the team's title.
First order of the day has to be Antonio Felix da Costa. After dominating in Marrakesh, you'd think an almost 5-month break would be enough to level the playing field again, especially in Formula E. But not for da Costa and DS Techeetah. A perfect first day back, scoring maximum points, and then pole and the race win the day after is when his name started to be engraved on the championship trophy. A lot had to go wrong to spoil his chances, and with Antonio being close to the biggest achievement of his career and more determined than ever, that wasn't going to happen. More solid point scoring in the second doubleheader wrapped up the championship, and a defining moment, not just for da Costa, but in Formula E history.
Antonio Felix da Costa, the champion of Formula E.
What a joy.
Oh my God.
3 wins, 4 podiums, 3 pole positions, and 3 fastest laps. Now that's how you win a Formula E championship. The team's championship was wrapped up on the same day as well, on round 9, thanks to a Team 1-2, with Jean-Eric Vergne getting his first win of the season after a pretty disappointing campaign for the former champ. That's back-to-back teams championships for DS Techeetah. Over the past few seasons, this team has really set the benchmark for consistency and performance. Will they be the team to beat in Season 7? More on why that might not be the case coming up. The final doubleheader of Season 6 was a completely new Tempelhof configuration that brought with it a whole unique set of challenges, especially in qualifying. The paddock stood in shock in round 10 as poorly executed qualifying strategies left 4 Formula E champions, including da Costa, failing to put in a qualifying lap within the allotted time. It might not have made difference for da Costa or Techeetah having already won the championships, but it was disaster for Jev, Buemi and Di Grassi in the second place shootout. It just goes to show how much of a difference the qualifying groups make. The drivers were fully aware their chances of making Superpole were slim going out in the first group, but trying to limit track evolution and competitor advantage cost them big time. Oliver Roland saw the opportunity and capitalised on that situation, put in a mega lap, one that would get him into Superpole and eventually on pole position, despite being in one of the earlier qualifying groups. That's not the first time Roland has started on pole, but having never been able to convert that into a race win, he put his head down, led the race from start to finish, and joined the elite club of Formula E race winners. Another first-time Formula E race winner in the final round when Stoffel van Dorn saw off his qualifying demons, put it on pole, and won the race thanks to great energy management and attack mode activation strategy. The first pole position and race win for the Mercedes-Benz EQ Formula E team was complemented even further by an impressive drive from Nick de Vries. Exceptional energy management and patience that got the better of former champion Sebastian Buemi, who was on target for a second place in the Drivers' Championship before his plans were foiled by the Mercedes 1-2. Mercedes finishing third in the team standings in their debut season as a manufacturer team, and Van Dorn finishing second in the driver standings is not something to be sniffed at. But what does it mean for Mercedes in Formula E? It means they mean business. They're here to keep winning. And with that decent driver lineup, will we see them dominate in Season 7, giving DS Techeetah a run for their money? Finishing the season with a combination of great qualifying and race pace is the perfect place to start. But before the keyboard warriors are activated, yes, this means Mercedes means business, and they're in a great position, but it doesn't mean they're going to dominate. This is Formula E, don't forget, where the only thing that's predictable is the unpredictability. The tricky qualifying and unreal track evolution in the final 2 rounds gave drivers further down the standings a chance to get into Superpole and secure important points in the race. Points that could make a difference to whether they have a seat in Season 7 or not. It was their last chance to impress and potentially secure their future place on the Formula E grid. Now, 2 drivers that performed beyond expectation were René Rast and Alex Lynn. Rast joined Audi prior to Berlin with little time to get used to the car and the type of racing that comes with Formula E. But a podium and P4 in the final 2 rounds, as well as out-qualifying and finishing higher than Degrassi in both, surely puts him in good stead for a place in Audi's driver lineup next season. Alex Lynn showed great qualifying pace in the Mahindra, making it into 3 out of 6 superpoles in Berlin, despite over a year out of Formula E and the late call-up from the team. It didn't always work out too well in the races, but the one-lap pace will surely make him an attractive prospect to fill the seat next season. Mahindra have since confirmed that Jerome D'Ambrosio has left the team and that Alexander Sims will be driving for them next season, having parted ways with BMW i Andretti Motorsport. So will it be an all-British lineup at Mahindra in Season 7? And continuing on the topic of driver seats, Sam Bird ended his time with Envision Virgin Racing in style, rocketing up the order, making up 9 places to finish P6 in the final round. Next season we'll see Bird partnering with Mitch Evans at Panasonic Jaguar Racing. The jury's still out on whether this is a move that will see Bird on the podium more or pushing for the championship title he's come so close to before. Interestingly, if you look at the stats, Envision Virgin Racing finished 3 places higher in the team standings and had over double the podiums than the Jag team in Season 6. Mitch Evans has been the #1 driver at Jag for a few seasons, but will that stay the same now there's a British driver at a British team, with more experience and who, over his time in Formula E, has won more races, had more podiums, and brought the teams he's raced for much closer to a championship? Despite an appearance in Superpole and P6 in round 10, the Tag Heuer Porsche Formula E team have parted ways with Neil Jarni, and former Mahindra driver Pascal Wehrlein has joined Porsche. And with Lotterer staying, it's an all-German lineup for an all-German team. There's still a few unanswered questions on other Formula E race seats too. J-Ox Dragon, Rocket Venturi and Neo 333 Formula E team lineups are still unconfirmed, as is Daniel App's future in Formula E. So we'll be keeping a close eye in the off-season for updates. In the off-season, the teams have an important decision to make. They have one powertrain update allowed over the next 2 seasons before the switch to Gen 3 in Season 9. Now, will the teams opt for the change in Season 7 or hold back and develop more for Season 8? Are teams like DS Techeetah, Nissan EDAMS and Mercedes-Benz EQ confident they already have a powertrain competitive enough to compete with a potential update from teams like Audi or BMW next season, or do they have an upgrade themselves that could see them continue to lead over the next 2 seasons? We'll be giving you all the updates over the coming months, so make sure to stay tuned. And that brings us to the end of an eventful, defining season of Formula E, where the championship overcame a global pandemic to host 9 days and 6 races of action-packed racing. This is what Formula E is all about, and Season 7 can't come soon enough. Stay tuned to the Formula E social channels for more exclusives, in-depth analysis, and much, much more.